Hey everyone, I'm a Big Blaze, and in this video I'll talk about tanking in Mythic Plus, what are the problems with this role, and what can Blizzard do to fix it. In this season, tanking feels extremely hard comparing to other seasons, and there are fewer and fewer tanks out there. Why no one wants to play this role? Let me know in the comments what do you think on tanking in Mythic Plus. Do you like it? Let's start! So, we all have been there. We are looking for groups or forming our own group, but there is no tank queuing. The situation is bad, and in this season, it's even worse. There are three big reasons why no one wants to play this role. The first reason is the changes Blizzard made at the start of this expansion. Blizzard wanted to make tanks more reliant on the group and especially on the healer. To make this happen, Blizzard decided to reduce the self-healing and the tank durability to survive on their own. On a blue post during the War Within beta, Blizzard said that they want tanks to take more damage but at a steady pace. Tanks will take more damage overall but shouldn't die significantly more often. In reality, this is not the case. Tanks die a lot more and the need to rely on the healer is just not fun. With these changes, Blizzard wanted to make the healer role more important and to be connected to the tank survivability. The problem here is that the dungeons aren't suited for this kind of responsibility. There are a lot of dungeons with a lot of AoE damage on the group, and the healer job is already stressful enough. Maybe this way of thinking was fine back in the day when there wasn't a lot of AoE damage and the healer could focus on the tank. Nowadays, this is not the case. The funny part is that with this kind of changes, there are also fewer players who want to play the healer role. The second reason why no one wants to play tank is maybe the biggest one. This season is by far the hardest for tank players because there are a lot more tank busters. I'm not saying there shouldn't be a tank mechanic in each dungeon, but the problem is that those tank busters are one shot if you are not paying attention. This is bad for the game because it makes the tank role a lot more unforgiving and not friendly for the new players who wants to try this role. No one wants to be that guy who die all the time and ruin the key. Another problem with this reason is that it negates the way Blizzard wanted dungeons to be. Blizzard said that the tank will take more damage but in a steady way. Like I said, most of those tank busters are one shot, not a steady damage that the healer can cover. Tank busters are fine if they are designed to reduce the tank health to the point it will die in the next 1 to 2 hits. In this way the healer can fulfill his role and maybe save the tank. With the current tank busters, most of the time the healers cannot help the tank and the tank is the only one who can deal with it. With that being said, I'm sure some of the players will like it and will say that this way can separate the good tanks from the bad. But overall, tank busters with the current design that will one-shot you if you are not prepared is bad for the game in my opinion. The third reason is the most obvious one. On paper, the tank role is the perfect role for Mythic Plus. You control the pace, how big the pools are, you have lower time in queue, and you have a lot of responsibility on your shoulders. Basically, the tank is the most important role in M+. But, like Uncle Ben said, with great power comes great responsibility. In reality, a lot of players avoid playing this role just because of this reason. No one wants to be responsible to the failure of the key. If the tank dies, you probably call a wipe and sometimes the key is a deplete. Especially with the new affix Challenger's Peril, check my video on M+ problems for more. On most lower keys, most of the players do not care. They just want to follow the tank and do damage. I must say that with all of the downsides of being a tank in those groups, the plus is that you have lower time in queue. but it seems that it's not a big reason to make more players play the tank role. Overall, I think that the tank role is the most difficult role in M+, followed by the healer role. Although there are few big problems with this role, I think that the tank role in M+ is most suited for skillful and experienced players. There are some tanks that can make the dungeon a lot easier with the skill and understanding they have. On the other hand, this season being a tank in M+ is extremely hard comparing to other seasons, and you need to have a lot of awareness and understanding of what you are pulling. This is definitely not the role for new players who want to check M+. I think that Blizzard made a mistake with the tank changes they did at the start of this expansion, and especially with all of the tank busters inside the dungeons. My solution for the current state is to check those busters again and maybe tune them a bit. I hope that this kind of solution will give more players the courage to try this role. But no matter the solution, Blizzard needs to do something about this role in M+ environment, cause there aren't a lot of players who wants to play tank. If you like this content, make sure to like and subscribe, it helps me a lot. Thank you for watching.